Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
And this is the universe's only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. I'm slaying it slow and sensually while Vince makes some adjustments in the office. But he's back, so I can say, you know what? Let's do a podcast staple. How are you?
Oh yeah, we didn't even do that in the beginning of last episode.
We never do that we never do that ever.
That's true. That's true. We never do that ever. But hey, I'm doing good. I'm excited about so many things about the new year. I think we're already into the second week as this is being released. But I had a big move.
You did.
Got to do space. So still in the honeymoon phase of that.
I'm still in the phase of not knowing what buttons to press and pressing some by accident.
I live in the Bronx and it's great.
GB creepy. Well, I'm excited to see you. I'm excited and terrified for the new year. It could go either way at any moment. But for this next
almost
hour,
by the day, you know what I mean?
Almost. Day by day. But look, for this next hour-ish, we hope it's an exciting time as you're listening to this podcast. But before we can begin, we have to do a little something called Kame housekeeping. A few rituals we have to perform to bless and protect the podcast as we go forward. And the first part of Kame housekeeping is the world famous UN sanctioned and more relevant than ever Olympic Committee approved 1 minute roundup a rusty gear sound.
My machine is finally completed, and with it comes the power of industry.
Yes, it will be able to destroy all your enemies, sir.
Yes. My administrator, I'm so glad you could be on this journey with me.
Of course. It's a work day, of course.
You know what they say, it's lonely at the top, and I'm about to be there.
Yes, the top of the business ladder that you will soon destroy your foes with this machine.
That's right. Once I unveil the new way to build, pausing for dramatic effect.
Of course. Art of the deal.
Paper clips. I'll corner the market and drive everyone to me. Their loose papers will have nowhere to go but inside my own paper clips.
And you've also outfitted this device with large fans to blow their paper, so there will be an artificial need for paper clips. It's brilliant.
Yes, you're catching on quickly. You know what? You have been given a promotion.
I'm your number one employee.
No, I'm number one.
Huh? Okay. Number 2?
That's right.
Great. This will be perfect for my LinkedIn.
You're still on that?
You never know when an opportunity might come up. Look, we're evil industrialists. That's clear. I don't think I have to state that outright, but I will. But you never know when an opportunity. Go on.
We're evil industrialists, but we're not LinkedIn lunatics. That's right.
What, you don't read my daily post where I say things like, I don't know. Hey, I saw a flower growing out of the sidewalk once, and it reminded me how we all need to keep going towards our goals. And follow me for more advice. And if you need
And scene.
Every now and again, as an employed man, I'll just hop on LinkedIn real quick, see what's going on. And LinkedIn also does a thing where it's just like, hey, you don't follow any of these people, but here you go. Look at them.
Yep.
And it is like, the LinkedIn lunatic thing. What?
I know.
What are you doing?
The minute they put video on that platform, I really tried not to engage with the front end of that service at all anymore. Thank goodness that none of the people that I follow make content that I can see, because it makes me sick. It makes me so sick to see somebody's get ready with me for a fucking video conference. Nobody wants that.
There is someone I know who posts on LinkedIn a bunch. And it's someone I don't really like, so it's fine.
Okay.
So I'm just like, no, this makes sense. You're a lunatic. You're thanking people for opportunities.
Yeah, you're just thanking everyone for an opportunity. You're writing extremely long posts, but they're not long because of the content. They're long because it's declarative sentence, descriptive sentence, and there's like 7 indentations between all of them. Because you're not just reading someone's post, you're essentially being held hostage in a conference room with this person. It sucks.
Let's you know what, this does suck. Let's get past it, because we have to let you know that was a little improv scene we do to strengthen and tighten our improv muscles. And it gets us ready for the show ahead. And it gets us ready for the 1 minute roundup proper. Pinky's out. Which is where Vince, one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball thus far. I think we are talking over 370 episodes of Dragon Ball, condensed like a neutron star down to its bare essence. It's an exercise in can we get at the heart of what Dragon Ball is within a 60-second time frame. And we do this because y'all love to see us sweat. And maybe you're a new listener and you don't know what the heck we're talking about. I'll say fuck later. Don't worry. Maybe you haven't watched Dragon Ball in a while. Just like maybe you haven't listened to our show in a while. We're here to catch you up, so you know what in tarnation we're talking about. I don't know why I'm like coyly avoiding swears.
I feel like I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
It could be.
Is this a new resolution to be clean in 2026?
Is clean comedy coming back?
Clean comedy 2026.
A CCC, a clean comedy comeback. Maybe, I mean, like, again, with every new development, every day, fucking maybe. But until then, I gotta, look, Vince is gonna do the roundup, and I gotta ask him an important question before I do. Vince, are you motherfucking ready to do the motherfucking roundup?
Aaron, I am ready to do this roundup. And here I go. So you collect 7 mystical orbs on Earth. You get to wish for anything you want. This story follows Goku, who's on a journey to collect those magic Dragon Balls, but he gets things get in his way, like the Red Ribbon Army, his brother from space. Turns out Goku's an alien who's really good at martial arts and is very strong, but he has to kill his brother in order to save the planet from other aliens. And then he goes to Otherworld, he comes back, he gets switched back to life to fight even more bad guys. In the process, all of his friends die. Then Goku has to go to Namek, to where the Dragon Balls are originally from. Once he gets there, he has to fight the Ginyu Force, Frieza, the baddest dude in the universe at the time. The planet blows up, Goku goes Super Saiyan and saves everybody, but he's back at Earth 5 years later, and a kid from the future comes and is like, hey, androids are coming, they're really bad. Goku's like, I'm gonna have a heart attack, here's some pills from the future. Then those androids become assimilated into a bug android that Goku's son fights and destroys. Then 7 years later, Goku's son is really, really strong, but he's in high school. Now he's fighting in the Tenkaichi tournament with Goku, who's back from the dead. He still has his halo on, but Majin Buu is here.
Ooh. Very lovely. Very nice. I'm having a heart attack. Here are some pills from the future. If a doctor said that, hey man, I got these future pills.
Dude, you know my medical history. If a doctor came to me and said I got these pills from the future, it's going to help you out, I'd be like, swipe and swallow. Swallow them bitches.
Yep. They shouldn't cost anything. They haven't even been made yet. I'm not paying for services not rendered.
Nailed it.
But enough about Tenet. That was the 1 minute roundup. And it was the end of it. Thank you very much, Vince. And also, if you don't know, you can submit your own 1 minute roundup in a form of an MP3, an MP4, MOV. What's TXT?
Yeah.
No one.
TXT
yeah. If it's text, we'll read it.
Yeah. If it's text, we'll read it. Holy crap. Yeah. Send us your TXT roundups.
Yeah. Or we'll put it through not an AI one.
No.
The classic speech to text.
That's right.
Is that fine? That's fine. That's fine.
Classic speech to text is fine.
It's not sucking up some power on the other side of the country to do it. We're using the power of our own machines.
I was just going to say, it just optimizes the RAM that you are currently using.
But yeah, if you want to do a 1 minute roundup, submit it at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. We will gladly play it. We play it blind because we're very trusting and or gullible. So throw a few swears in there. And now we can move on to the next part of Kame Housekeeping, where we let you know that we watched 2 different versions of the episode. I watched the original Japanese language, which with English subtitles. Vince watches the English dub from Funimation, the funny dubs we calls it. And we do this because it is fun to compare and to contrast the differences in our episodes. Some of those differences big, some of those differences small, some of those differences not at all. But the first difference for Dragon Ball Z has been the title, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So Vince, will you please give us your episode title for this episode?
I will, after I give you a little bit of a nod for that rhyme. I don't want it to go overlooked. But here comes the English title for this week's episode. Episode 220 of Dragon Ball Z, The Wizard's Curse.
Ooh. We're getting into the fantasy realm.
That's right. Who knew Dragon Ball had magic in it?
Mm-hmm. Who knew that Goku used spell slots?
Shit. Goku's got mana slots? No wonder he can solo any verse.
His proficiencies, his wisdom proficiencies, bad. So that's very good. Mine takes a certain wizard from a place called Oz sort of approach to this title.
Okay.
So the episode title for episode 220 of Dragon Ball Z from the Japanese language is The Man Behind the Curtain Appears. The Evil Madoshi Babidi.
The man behind the curtain. I like that a lot. Is it because I'm a Wizard of Oz sicko? Yeah. Yeah.
Have we talked about this? No.
Look, I'm a sicko in that I watched that movie a ton with my mom. She watched that when it turned technical, like when Technicolor was new. And all she could talk about was like when it made that transition for the first time on live TV. It wasn't like the first Technicolor broadcast, but The Wizard of Oz was the epitome of appointment viewing for her. So even in the 90s and 2000s, when The Wizard of Oz would come on around the holidays, boom, we were home watching The Wizard of Oz. And then, of course, I then grew up to watch The Wiz, and I have not seen Wicked, but my mom is all about Wicked and Wicked for Good. She loved Wicked for Good. I have no opinions. I just have that's it. That's all I got. Also, whatever Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's relationship is, it's not my problem. It shouldn't be anybody's problem.
Yeah. Who cares? Is the movie good? The end. I also don't know. Yeah, my dad was being an older gentleman. Was into Wizard of Oz. The chain restaurant Crystals, which is Southern White Castle.
Okay.
You could get a collector series of cups back when restaurants. This was the 90s. Restaurants loved selling you commemorative cups.
And in the 90s, it was like commemorative cups, and now that's what I call the 70s infomercials at night.
I'm thinking of Pure Moods.
I think I got the one that had ebony and ivory live together in perfect. All right, I don't want to get context stricken.
But with these glasses out of the way, we can let's get into this episode. We're introduced to a lot of things are flown at us while the boys are flying. It's an exposition heavy episode, so let's see. So we are going through Avatar 3, Fire and Ash. There's a bunch of volcanoes.
Since we're as they are flying through all the volcanoes, did your subtitle version label the dinosaurs?
No.
So in mine, because I've started to watch mine with the closed captioning on to get like names and some specific spellings of stuff. They call those what I would call pteranodons or pterodactyls. They call them petries, like Pterry. Like, is that short for like pterodon or something?
I guess pterodactyl. Pterodactyl starts with the P.
Yeah, so it's like a cuter version of that.
I get.
But I like
Who calls them that?
Nobody calls them that. It's just labeled under like Petri noises because they are emoting in this scene, you know? Yamu and Spopovich, aka the Vane Boys, are flying through literal rock formations and hit the Petrie's nest with all their baby birds on it. Swoops down and catches them. That's like all the action there is in this episode.
Yeah. I also assume.
Yeah.
Oh, I just also assume that it might be the same pterodons, Petries, that Videl and Gohan saved.
Ah, yeah, that's a good call.
10, 15 episodes ago.
It's a good callback. It's like the ending of Stranger Things.
Sure.
That was the appropriate response. That was the appropriate response. We can move on.
I don't know. 11 Mogs now. I don't know. That's all I know from the internet.
Stop making fun of Millie Bobby Brown for getting older.
She's a
the
Yep,
oldest
faces
looking
sure
high
do
school
change.
seniors. Oh God, they sure do.
But so yeah, the Vane boys are ahead. The Z boys are there. I did make a little note for myself that it seems like we're getting, at least this episode, I feel like there's a darker shading. There's like maybe a little more dramatic coloring.
Yep.
As we're about to get serious.
Yeah, a little bit of higher animation quality, even on like some of the like the flying through the gas clouds and stuff. You can kind of see the trails flowing around our characters as they are weaving in between stuff. There's a little bit more animation. So yeah, it seems like they're like, budget, activate.
We know what this is. We have to make it visually exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Because here we go. So here's all the stuff. As a recap, which they do in this episode, Bobbity is a wizard. He's trying to wake up Boo, the most dangerous thing in the universe. It's trapped in a ball here on Earth. Goku then asks the question that he always asks, hey, is this Bobbity a strong guy? Shin says, not personally, but he uses formidable magic, meaning that he can seize upon the hearts of evil men and make them do his bidding.
Yep.
What
do you think about that? What about? I was going to say, I mean, you're already hinting at the foreshadowing, right, of some of our characters. But how did you feel about that being like Bobbity's core power set is like corruption? Because I kind of forgot that that's how simple they put his powers, like how they simply describe his power. Of course, they go into multiple layers of describing this. But how do you feel about that?
I like it. I think it's a good twist of not just, hey, here's a strong person that they're going to fight. I mean, there's going to be strong people. But it's like, okay, we kind of have to think our way out of this one. But also, like, everyone's good. I'm sure everyone, everyone's good.
We're watching. We're on the good guys team. Everybody's good. I think there's another layer of the exposition that like this episode, because they kept doing the Kibito description, Shin description, layered cuts. You get a lot of the same information twice. And you get a lot of the same questions twice. Like Goku and Gohan asking, well, if Majin Buu was so dangerous and you could have destroyed him before, why didn't you? And am I hitting this too early? I don't.
No,
care.
you keep going. It's around
because
there.
like it is the most valid of questions. Because Buu was sealed away under the earth. Why wouldn't you do that? Because now we're in this weird scenario where the son of the bad guy carried on the legacy, and here we go. Shin says, we never thought that someone else would take up the mantle. Which is, and then Comps is like, that's a mistake on our part.
Whoops.
And I was just like, ugh. The incompetence of the ruling class.
Yours goes for that angle. Mine, I think they changed it because they don't want to talk about evolution in Dragon Ball, unless you're talking about Dragon Ball Evolution, of course. But in mine, it's like, hey, why don't you destroy the Boo Ball? One, he's like, if we hit it incorrectly, it could release Boo instead of destroying him. Also, here on Earth, at the time that Boo came here, you know, he keeps saying like people were barely on two legs. So hinting at some sort of evolution.
Mm-hmm. I did not get the human evolution side of the conversation, which I guess if you're trying to cultivate life, if you don't have to break something, don't. But also, if humans were in their infancy, why not?
I think it's just like, surely Earth isn't dangerous.
Right.
Dragon Ball in general, I think, has the idea that in a lot of other media, Earth is like so fucking important in the Marvel universe, both cinematic and non. Earth is so goddamn important for some reason.
Star Trek 2.
But in Dragon Ball, it's like, no, Earth sucks. No one wants to go there. The weakest dudes live there. We put our trash. We put Boo here because they're dum-dums and they won't figure it out.
Mm-hmm. We send our problematic gods to Earth because why not?
King Kai gets Earth in his realm because it's the shittiest. Like, who cares?
He drew the short straw. He's got the problem planet.
I know. But once we develop Comedy Central, I think he grew to love us. Premium blend. All right.
Finally, ZTV's got great programming.
Reno 911.
Chappelle Show Season 1, classic.
That's it.
That's all. That's it. What was that show that TJ Miller used to host where they animated stand-up clips? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
All right, we can move on.
All right. I know the comedy police are coming. So we also learn that the whole reason they let Gohan get sucked is for the lulz, but also they didn't know where the Boo Ball was, and so they're going to follow the Vein Boys to try and see where it was. But of course they had to suck the power out so they would actually go to it. Videl starts sweating and lagging behind. Gohan, of course, checks in on her. She says she's fine. We'll see.
We'll see.
Back at the tournament, everyone's mad.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, the crowd is so mad, rightfully so. Imagine, Aaron, if you would, you are courtside at a Penguins hockey game.
Okay.
And 75% of the players just leave after the first period. That is what has happened. Yeah.
That's fine. They can leave. Let the third stringers play.
True. Give these guys a chance.
I think in mind the announcer is just like, hey, we're having a conference. We're trying to figure it out. What do you mean you take 17th and 18th and 19th and 20th place? You just start over.
Yeah. You just
like
mash them up and go. Shouldn't be that hard.
No, it's just like you're just going to have shittier fights. Just start it all over again. It's fine. Them leaving I'm sure there's a clause in there about them ringing if they fly away from the island, you forfeit.
True. Yeah. I do think it is still kind of funny that the high schoolers, Erasa and Stapler and Nerd, are still discussing the reality of what just happened. Because Erasa is having a crisis. He's like, wait, Gohan is Great Saiyaman and the Golden Fighter and Videl can fly? what's going on? And then Erasa's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Videl can learn how to fly. And Stapler's like, I've never seen her fly. It can't be real. And the nerd jumps in and says, well, I believe that's all a trick, just like Mr. Satan said.
This guy's the fucking worst. What do you mean, trick?
What do you mean?
But here's the thing, and it supports my theory that pranks are bad and you shouldn't do them. I think in mine, at least, Erasa gets really upset of just like, they're like, if it's a trick, this is a lot of trouble just to prank us, and I'm going to have to talk with them back at school. Because it's just like, but I guess both are, if I suddenly found out, say you could fly, mm-hmm. One, I'm very proud of you. I'm sure it took a lot of hard work. Mm-hmm. But if you've been keeping it from me, I'm a little upset. We could have been
right.
Because of course I want you to fly me around in your arms or back, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, we'd have to try it out, see what works.
Hold on to a leg. Or it's, I can't fly. I tricked you. I'm like, why would you do this to me?
I know. It also speaks to the fact that like people would still be friends with somebody who would do that to them.
Bam Margera has so many friends.
He does. Bam does have friends, I think.
I'd say less friends than previously.
Less friends than he started with for a myriad of reasons.
He's operating at a loss. Going into this fiscal year.
R.I.P. Don Vito. While this is happening, of course, the fans are freaking out. They're throwing cans. They're upset. Trunks, I think, has floated up to see where everybody else is going. Mm-hmm. And Goten's like, hey, I'm worried about my brother Gohan. Should we follow them? Also, what is everybody so mad at? Why are they throwing, like, what's going on down in the arena? I wrote in my notes, has Goten never seen cans? Like, has he never seen a can?
Probably not.
He lives out in the mountains. He lives out in the sticks.
Chi-Chi's not going to allow sugary sodas in her home.
Point number one.
She's buying.
Point number two. She's never going to allow her son to litter where they live.
No.
Right?
No. There has to be canned goods, I imagine. She grocery shops.
I guess so.
But I guess Goten's probably, no, he'd want to go along.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He'd go on those trips.
I don't want to be.
He
home
wouldn't
by
even
myself.
say, "Can I just sit in the car?"
Yeah,
Goten's out there chatting up the ShopRite employees, charming the pants off of them.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's digging his little hands in the weird Brock's candy buckets. That they realize unfortunately for us, they realize that that's a bad strategy.
Mm-hmm. Did the grocery stores you used to go to, did they have the pickle barrel?
No, I think that might be more coastally. a northern thing, maybe.
I think that's a northeastern thing. They had a barrel full of pickles at the Super G back in like the early 2000s.
You could just grab a fresh pickle.
Just grab a pickle.
Oh man.
I didn't mean to make you sad.
Kick the candy buffet out the door. Give me the pickle barrel.
I got to take your ass to Delaware.
This is like Costco levels of like delight for me, where it's just like, I'm going shopping. Let me get a hot dog while I do some perusing. You mean I could just grab a pickle real quick, chomp it down,
Yeah. Throw it in a bag.
Tell him at checkout. Yeah, I ate 2 pickles. Ring me up, buddy. And they not a second thought.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done the thing where you take a can or carton drink and you're drinking it while shopping, and then you're paying for the empty when you go to check?
Yeah. I've done that.
Yeah. That's allowed.
I've done that at a You crack open that sun-kissed while you're picking up everything else.
Not to get too curb your enthusiasm, but that is allowed. And anyone who gets mad at you is wrong. But yeah, I'm surprised you wrote down you talked about Goten and Trunks, because I've been ignoring them these past 2 episodes.
They did like a little aura farm in the last episode when Gohan was getting sucked. They were up on the wall watching everything happen.
Yeah.
And they didn't jump in. Like it's so weird how like they are mischievous, resourceful, strong as hell. But in this one moment where they could have validly jumped in and done something, they chose not to. And after that, it seems like they are just going to be cast aside for the rest of this series if they're not. Because I assumed in this episode, Aaron, that we'd be watching Goten and Trunks being like, hey, we should follow them, right?
Yeah.
Trunks being like, yeah, we should. If my dad's going, that means something cool is happening. Like, that's all I wanted. I didn't even have to see them leave the arena. I just wanted to know that they're on their way.
Yeah. They're little scamps.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have to fuse at some point. That's not a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler.
But I don't know when. They have to turn to a Ford Fusion.
Thank you. Thank you for completing the reference.
And now we're going to get into my favorite part of the episode, because it answers a lot of questions. So Gaboto is like, hey, we have to speed up. We got to catch up with everyone. Gohan sort of falls back to Videl, and she's like, I hate this. I hate that I can't keep up with you, but I am at my limits. I'm going to go back to the arena, be safe. Gohan is like, you did your best. You're new to flying. He's very reassuring. And he's like, when you get to the tournament, just tell my mom or my brother. Probably not your brother. Just tell your mom. Tell his mom what's going on. And she's like, okay, so you're the Golden Warrior.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I was trying to keep my identity secret, Spider-Man style.
Yep.
And then she's like, you and your family were there during the Cell Games, and one of you was the one that actually defeated Cell. I don't think she says, hey, you defeated Cell.
Oh, she doesn't remember. In mine, she directly says, so you and all your friends were there and fighting Cell with my dad, but you Gohan, you defeated Cell, didn't you? And then he's like, yeah,
could be.
Little me.
He's like, let's see. It's like, I don't want to talk about my past accomplishments. I want to focus on the future.
I'm here for the now, not for the then.
Yeah. It's just after every victory, I think it's just like, it's what's next.
No,
he's not a
grind set.
Yeah, he's on LinkedIn saying, let's make this bread. Let's get these grades.
I'm just saying, let's get this bread.
But yeah, so everything's out. Videl is like, I always knew something was fishy with my dad and the Cell Games. Thank you for confirming my suspicions. She waves goodbye to them as they go off. And then she's like, "Hey, don't die, Gohan." It's a great thing to wish someone. Followed by, "If you come back safely, I want to date you and stuff." The face on Vince!
I didn't get any of that.
She said it!
She did. Oh.
Hey.
Go on. That's great. Because in mine, they play it really coy.
Okay.
Again, like the higher production values, Vidal's eyes are 2 times the size they were last episode. And she's just like, "You better come back safe," and then gives a knowing like look, and Gohan looks back. So like it's there, but it's not explicit. But I like that. I like Videl a lot because that's cool.
She's really grown on me. Yeah, for sure.
She's becoming so integral to like you. At this point, you want to see her interact more. Like when she decided to leave with Gohan, I was like, I forgot that she wanted to go after everything that's already happened, which is like cool because it's like, she's resilient. She wants to help. She believes in her own ability. And then for her to, bow out respectfully, like to herself and to the gravity of the situation, as she's learned that like, hey, it's not just like those 2 big strong guys. It's an ancient evil that blots out universes. I'm glad that she turns around, and I'm so glad that she wants to date our boy officially.
And stuff.
And the stuff. You cannot forget about the stuff.
No, I'm just like, yeah, of course you would say it out loud. She's direct.
Yeah. At a time like this, you gotta be.
And we ought to be directly going to a commercial.
Lights. Camera. Adaptations. Ever watched your favorite book become a movie and said, well, that certainly was a weird decision? Of course you have. Hollywood is constantly making changes for their adaptations, and this podcast aims to answer the question of why. Join host Emma Shannon and a different guest every month on Unnatural Selection, a new Moonshot Network podcast, as they talk about a film, its source material, and what makes an adaptation good, faithful, and less commonly, good and faithful. Check out episode 1, coming to a podcatcher near you on February 15th.
People are still being chased through the air as Kibito and Gohan catch up with the rest of the Z-Boys. They played like the happy music.
Yeah, I was wondering if we had different music cues, but I think we get the same one.
Like, you don't know? I don't think that's how that should work.
Like, it's the jaunty, I guess it was the kind of like early adventuring tune from the original series. It has that kind of energy to it, which is incongruous with like how hardcore the exposition is about who they're about to fight, why they're about to fight, and then we get to where they're about to fight.
Yeah. We see so there is a little alien hut. It's that style, it's that like Namekian style sort of thing. We see a xenomorph guy. He's got yellow eyes and that M on his forehead.
That's right.
As the Vane boys approach, the Z boys then find a plateau. They sort of hide amongst the rubble. Shin says, "Hey, everyone, lower your ki. You gotta hide it." And then again, a bunch of like, it's the Z fighters asking questions, and it's Shin and Kibito answering those questions. I I guess they'd explored this area before, couldn't find anything. But Bibbidi has buried his ship to hide it. And that lets Kibito and Shin know that they know that Bibbidi knows that they're there.
Right.
Because he hit his ship.
I did have a note about that discovery because in mine, it's Goku that's like, hey, looks like that dirt's been disturbed recently.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote my notes, look at Columboku over here.
Hey, one more question. This dirt's a little loose. It looks like you've been doing some construction.
But you couldn't be at the construction site because your alibi said that you were at the bar until 4 a.m.
Anyway, I'll see you later. That's Columbo.
That's Columbo.
Good. Was it 2024 that we were cuckoo for Columbo? That I think millennials discovered it again. I guess not again. I mean, it ran for decades.
No, I think you're right. Millennials tend to discover things again because we're all making ourselves stupid to cope with the reality of life as we've become adults, which is why I think so many trends are on such a quick cycle because we're all like, oh yeah, every year we want something new to nostalgia over.
The dopamine's not working.
Yeah, the dopamine's not working, which is good for me sometimes and bad other times because like now I'm getting a Scrubs reboot that nobody wanted. But I'm still never going to get the Boston Legal reboot that I demand.
You want Shatner.
I want Shatner, God damn it. I want Shatner post Blue Origin on my TV.
You don't want his son to come in?
Fuck that guy. No. I want extremely depressed William Shatner
rolling out
talking about legal cases in Boston.
He's been to space and it wasn't that good. Because he barely left. But anyway. Gohan also notices slightly to the left something Gohan didn't do. Or Goku didn't do. Gohan sees that there's a dead family at a farmhouse just next to the ship. And he's trying to contain his anger. It's like, oh, not yet, Gohan.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of like setting some of the personal stakes for people. Goku's curiosity, Gohan's control of his anger, possibly fulfilling whatever prophecy that Kibito and Shin have for them. And Vegeta is just buying his time until he can fight Goku. Those are our three main characters right there.
It looks like we have a few minutes while we're ready.
Kakarot?
Not now, Vegeta. I told you later.
How about a quickie, Kakarot? Just a couple of punches. Come on.
Not in front of my son.
Let the boy watch, Kakarot.
I didn't know you were nasty like that, Vegeta.
You're only here for a day.
I still have to fight with Chi-Chi later.
Goku, I know I told you that was called fighting, but in context, it's getting a little confusing and gross.
Yes, I don't care for this at all either.
What are you talking about? I fight Bulma every night.
Yamcha at the stadium, like, I know.
Just a single tear.
I only fight 18 once a week. It's scheduled.
A single tear from the other eye.
So out of the ship, finally, we have Babidi stepping out, who is a little cricket guy.
Yeah, you wrote down cricket. he has his bulbous eyes and green skin.
Yes.
He's also got like a little bit of a mammalian nose, like a mole rat.
Oh yeah.
But it's hard to place this
Wrinkly for sure.
Yeah, wrinkly for sure.
Pruned up
Mm-hmm,
on a Saturday night.
6 hairs on the top of his head. Nasty little freak. 2 feet tall.
Chelsea's like, that's overdoing it. 6? Egregious.
Thanks, Shatsu. I know you've got takes. So it's 1 or nothing for you, right?
Yeah. 1-0. Classic cuts.
The binary of baldness or hair having, like it equates to you and TN. 1 and 0.
Yeah, that's the way to look. Everyone else I know, excluding Krillin, and who's a baldy again. Piccolo, he's down. Everyone else is a freak. Thousands, if not 10,000s of hairs. Get out of here.
Don't forget about me, Oolong. I may be able to transform, but I'm always bald.
Don't you have like a slick back sort of thing? I forget.
Yeah, Oolong, don't you slick your hair back and put it under that problematic Red Star hat? Hey! I got rid of that thing.
Yeah, you took down your Che Guevara poster.
I took down my Che Guevara poster. Mm-hmm. I got rid of my little red book.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe bring it back the way things are going.
You're telling me the world... You're telling me the world needs Mao again?
Meow than ever.
And scene.
And scene. Because there's also a second guy.
Yes.
Buff. Pink. Devil-like.
Abs. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hot. Some might call him.
A Van Dyke. The most devilish of facial hairs.
Yes.
And Shin and Kibito, they are freaking out because this is Deborah. Goku, of course, getting excited at this big guy. And they explain that Deborah is the king of the demon realm. Mm-hmm. And holy crap, they're in trouble if Babidi has control of him. Shin then has to explain what the demon world is. It's the upside down, baby. He says it's on the opposite side of the world.
Yeah. I think in mine, he's like, it's the opposite of this realm. The demon world is like this realm's shadow. Mm-hmm. Shin then says like, he's like, so you guys are like the strongest in this universe. Comparatively, Deborah is many times stronger than anyone else in his universe.
Yeah. The Goku of the demons. Mm-hmm. And going on to explain for foreshadowing purposes, like, see, Babidi can control he can manipulate any evil guy. So good thing we're fighting him because we're all good, right? And then do you want to take this? Take it.
Yes. Fucking Krillin jumps in and picks on Piccolo of all people to start. Mm-hmm. Like, that shouldn't be a problem for us. Except Piccolo, I guess. He used to be a bad guy. What the fuck, Krillin?
Piccolo doesn't stand for it, at least. He immediately yells in his face. That was a long time ago.
You didn't say anything about Vegeta.
Yeah. Who? Oh, he's our friend. Jesus Christ, Krillin.
Jesus Christ, Krillin.
Yeah, that's my whole thing of just like, no call out to Vegeta, who... None. Let me check. Destroyed several planets for money.
Yep.
That's it. That's the list. It's within, let's say, a 10-year career. He started when he was very young.
That's right.
Within a 10 to 15-year career of blowing up sentient life for money,
Mhm.
working for the evilest guy in the universe.
Yeah, the evilest realtor in recorded history.
Like, really?
Mhm.
You're gonna pick on Piccolo?
The guy that Krillin you almost killed with a rusty katana in cold blood.
Yeah. You told Goku we can't let this guy escape.
Also, you're banging an android that destroyed life on Earth almost in another universe
Yeah.
and killed many, many people for fun.
But see, she's blonde. It's fine. All right, you're right. Krillin, when you're right, you're right.
Krillin. Oh God! Look, we gotta stay on the Krillin side of things.
Yeah, he's very skewed. Krillin, why would you pick it? Don't pick on Piccolo.
Right.
You can pick a pickle from the pickle barrel, but you can't pick on Piccolo.
But you can't pick up. Oh, that's a good tongue twister.
Mhm.
You can pick a pickle from a pickle barrel, but you can't pick on Piccolo.
Yeah. Preposterous.
The propensity to pick pickles out of a pickle jar and not pick Piccolo is preposterous.
Purview of Piccolo is proclaiming persnickety properly processed.
Look, because I have a broken brain.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I thought of a joke that, like, if Piccolo's name was translated for the UK audience, they would call him Gherkino. Okay, we can move on to Krillin becoming a wife guy in front of our very eyes. I'm gonna talk over you laughing and get to this because I'm so disappointed in myself.
Gherkino!
Shut up! Stop laughing.
It's good. Gherkino. Oi, 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 Gherkino. We're going to fight these Cybermen we are.
Gherkino, look out! It's the Brixton Bullies! It's me, Gherkino. I'm going to use my drum and bass attack!
And it's me, Veg. From Planet Veg, of course.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna give Team 4-Star a run for their money with a Team Z mates.
Those Z, yeah.
Those Z boys.
Those Z bruvs.
So Shin is now sweating bullets because the devil with abs has arrived. Yeah. Krillin is also realizing he's maybe a little outmatched. He even says so outright in mine.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goku chimes in and is like, "Hey, Krillin, don't you have a family now? Shouldn't you go back and, be with them?"
Interesting. Same sentiment, kind of. But the way he puts it is, quote, "It hasn't been long since you've been married." Which I assume meant, like, you got a lot of Krillin. You got some time to make up. I know you were single for a while.
Yeah,
you go enjoy yourself.
Goku's like, "Krillin, you got to get that fighting in while you can, my guy."
But also, you're Goku. It's fine. We can't argue the same argument.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we see Krillin actually leave yet.
No, he doesn't leave yet. He does get a little embarrassed, and then he admits to loving his wife. And I wrote in my notes in all caps, "Wife guy alert."
Ew, the worst.
Ew. I thought we outlawed wife guys in 2023.
He loves his android wife.
He does love his android wife. Hell, I love his android wife.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, Krillin, get out of here. Get all the weaklings out. Good.
That's what we're doing.
We appreciate the support. Get everyone some waters. I don't know.
Hey, Krillin, why don't you run back and get us the Capri Suns and orange slices we need to fight these bad guys?
Yeah, no problem. Any flavor requests?
I want kiwi strawberry. I think it's the best.
Also, I don't think they come in pouches anymore. Is that a problem?
Yes, it's a huge problem,
Oh, I
Krillin.
have to find vintage Capri Sun.
Piccolo chimes in. Krillin, if you go to the shop right and east of West City, you can get the Capri Suns that Gohan really likes.
Okay.
And can you get like the little oranges? I don't know what they're called, but I like eating them whole with the skin on.
You mean Cuties? The brand name? Isn't it wild? Look, real quick, guys. It's wild that we have a brand name for Mandarin oranges that people refer to them as cuties. If you say, get me a bag of cuties from the grocery store, most people will know what you're talking about.
Well, Bulma calls them halos.
There are two brands of mandarins? Because we can't say 3 fucking syllables?
These earthlings sure do have a lot of pedantry about them.
Yes. It seems like it's almost for humorous intent. Almost.
Humor. Remind me, Kabito, to discuss humor with you at a later time.
Of course. Putting that in my notes.
Wow, things got really boring down there on Earth.
You don't think he's like, Krillin stole my bit, god damn it.
Yeah, I believe that more so than anything.
2 weeks on it.
That King Kai made the one mistake of sharing material with Krillin.
He telepathically Skyped in.
Yeah.
Got
Krill's
time
like,
for...
let me get in on one writing session, King Kai. Come on.
But I've had trading. UCB, OC Other World, Comedy Brigade.
I made Piccolo laugh once.
High praise. I think he was in his feels about his son when he was up here. But all right. I'm working on something about trout. Anything come to mind?
And seed. We can't burn that material.
But what can be burned are a couple of fucking stooges.
That's right.
Babidi praises, I'll say Sapopovich and Yamu, because we won't be talking about them much longer. They're like, hey, good job, Vane boys. You did it. And then he's like, your services are no longer needed.
Ooh,
and
can
then
I give you a Spopovich line before this?
Oh, yes, of course.
Spopovich is in his I did a good job bag.
Mm-hmm.
Says, well, when you're as strong as us, this kind of job is taking baby from a candy. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
Bam. They made this episode funny as fuck. Like taking baby from a candy.
Now I'm thinking. For
Go
those
on.
watching the video, I have my thinking face on. Is it easier to take? We have a baby. They're holding a piece of candy. Let's say it's some sort of. It's something they won't choke on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What a overly large lollipop. Let's say.
There we go.
Is it easier to remove that baby from the candy than it is to remove that candy from the baby? Baby's got grip.
I was gonna say baby got grip.
I can't
Baby
lie.
Baby got a strong grip. Oh God, MC Gerber. Okay, there we go. It bubbled up in my brain, and I had to let it out.
Little in the diaper, but they got much grip.
All right, let's wrap it up.
So we won't answer this. You know what? If someone's got a baby, you tell us if it's easier to remove things
Please.
from them than removing the baby from the object.
We're two childless men, so write in at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. Is it easier to take baby from a candy or candy from a baby? This is going on. This is going on Instagram. I'm gonna open a Threads account just for this.
Is Sapopovich right?
Yeah.
He's dead because
Yes.
Bobbity uses his mind powers to start inflating Sapopovich Akira style and blows him up.
Bobbity's voice in mine is very. I'll give you a little.
Okay,
little taste.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your help. But we will no longer need your services, I believe.
Yes. Okay.
Glare, explode.
Pui pui.
And then, okay, so after the explosion, he does, only because of recent events, he says, boom. Every time I hear it, it sounds good to me.
Whoa! I did not get that line.
He says boom in English. I'm just like, Reze Arc.
That's sick.
Chainsaw Man
I really
fan.
like that. Bobbity's a Chainsaw Man fan. It's the anime police. Hey, these perverts are talking about Denji. Get them.
Yeah, Bobbity loves Shonen Jump.
It's only $3 a month. What a devilish price.
He's on Reddit. 1 week, he's like, Fujimoto's cooked. The other week, Fujimoto's back.
I shudder to think what Bobbity is putting in the r/JJK fans page. Bobbity's just sitting there.
Gege has no idea what he's doing. The fact that Yuji hasn't appeared in 4 chapters is disgusting.
Just Bobbity, you're so reactionary. Just it's a long form medium.
Also, out of character. JJK Modulo fucking slaps.
Okay.
I don't know if you finished reading any of JJK,
I didn't read
but
any JJK.
just read Modulo. Just read Modulo and decide if you want to go back. And if you do, I will tell you where to jump in.
Okay.
I will tell you. That goes for anybody. Anybody under the sound of my voice. Read Modulo and then at me on social media. I'll tell you when to jump in.
Enjoy Modulos.
Enjoy a Modulo.
Cold, refreshing Modulos. But yeah, you mentioned Poi Poi, the xenomorph alien's name. He just shoots Yamu as Yamu flies off.
With a hand cannon.
Holds it steady.
Yeah. Bobbity in mine does say,
Nice shot, Pui Pui.
I do get that, yeah. Poi Poi's. I wonder why he's keeping Poi Poi around.
I don't know. Yeah,
What's his deal?
We'll have to find out.
That's true, because that is the end of the episode. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The Z Boys are watching stuff happen. They're just waiting for right before they're summoning. I'm assuming Shin and Kibito. They just need to see that ball. Ball is life.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another fucking ball, Toriyama. He can't.
Hey.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. We can't evaluate that until the end of this series. But if it works, it works. Also, a joke that I wrote down as we were discussing the introduction of King Deborah. Deborah showing up to Shin and Kibito is like a middle school basketball team playing against LeBron James. They were so shocked. They were like, I can't believe LeBron is here. Also, the Z Fighters reacting to the classic bad guy trope of, yeah, we're going to kill our own guys. Yeah. And like Gohan especially being like, they would destroy their own allies.
Yeah, just like, these guys suck.
You've seen it all the time. Vegeta did it in front of you as a child.
Vegeta's like, hell yeah. Ooh, I missed this, actually. Do I leave my family? No, that's crazy.
That'd be nuts. I'd be a fool.
But if Kakarot asked, Kakarot went evil. No, I can't think about that. If you just bonked him on the head again, maybe that would fix it.
Since Turles is dead, we watched that movie. Turles is gone. The evil Goku, the gray Goku, as it were.
Yeah.
But so many things in entertainment could be solved by just a quick sequential second bonk to the head.
Yeah.
Memory loss.
Mr. President.
Personality changes.
Mr. President, there's been a second bonk to the head. Look, we gotta get.
Oh, wait! I have one thing to add to the Mr. President. George H.W. Bush is holding a Nintendo DS, and he's got Brain Age open. He's playing Brain Age for the kids.
Oh, nuts! My brain age is 72. Dang.
My brain age is 23 for all the drawing parts.
I just love painting. Cheney, you handle the other stuff. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
All right. Thank you for listening. We're so sorry. No, thank you for listening. If you want to talk if you go to kamehouseparty.com, you'll find links to all our socials. You can email us at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com for your 1 minute roundup, your research. You can tell us about how strong your baby is.
Yes, we need to know how strong your baby is.
Can we steal candy from them? We are part of the Moonshot Network, a fine network of podcasts. Go over and check out another one of those shows. Maybe the one that was advertised during the commercial break. Who knows? You can find me. Also, look, we're on Twitch. Twitch.tv/KameHouseParty. Most Wednesdays, we're playing a variety of games and having a variety of fun. Follow us over there. You can find me and my other co-host Noah Carden on Thinking Too Hard About Anime, which is another podcast. Listen to us talk about other animes in a brainy way. And then Vince, when's your next show? Vince is back on stage.
That's right. I am back and black on stage. You can follow UCBLK on all the social medias. I believe the next show is coming up on February 7th. That's right. UCBLK is back at the top of every month. I'm not sure exactly what time, but February 7th at, I'm hoping 7 or 8 in the PM.
Yeah.
You can watch it live, in person, or live streamed. Go over to ucbtheater.com.
I love that it's a Saturday show.
Oh,
good
so
bully
good.
on you. I'll say this now. You are performing improv at the UCB, at the main stage of UCB in New York. That's incredible. And I know it's something you've wanted to do for a while. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
it.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. So as long as they keep having me on that stage, I'm gonna keep doing the show.
Awesome. But yeah, if that's it, we're gonna go. Look, I'm eyeing some candy.
Oh yeah.
There's a toddler in the window through the window.
We're gonna go contaminate like a bunch of pickle jars and ruin a couple childhoods. So before we go, as always, let's see. Whether you are flying through your production budget or you're a little green guy whose eyes are bugging, you gotta keep
5